I'm in the dry goods store, which is one of my favourite places to come and shop because it's really easy to use my own packaging, and this has led me to become friends with the owner of the dry goods store, Yasmeen. Remember when I walked up here for the first time, I saw you sitting outside and you were actually reading the Zero Waste book. I was, oh my God, a kindred spirit, that's amazing, because I just read it and it completely changed my life. What was it that made you think I'm going to have a store where people can buy things without packaging if they want?
I think for me, I found it really frustrating not having the option of buying less. I like cooking, but I also like trying new things all of the time. So buying things in like a kilogram bag just wasn't eco-friendly, I guess. Also, packaging waste was like really annoying. And it was quite interesting because the month that I opened was when Bea Johnson was doing a talk in London. So then I kind of realised I was part of a bigger movement out there.
How has everybody in the neighbourhood or your local customers, how have they found the shop?
People love the idea of having less packaging waste, and also they can buy just like 10 grams of something if they want to try something. I think we live in a society where it's quite trend driven. You see about new products all of the time, but actually sometimes you're a bit scared to buy something new. So this way it's kind of less scary because you can actually buy 100 grams or 50 grams and then just go home and try it and then maybe come back and buy more.
If you're not sure about quinoa, if you've only just learned how to pronounce it, then you can come in and buy just a little bit. Have you actually had people come in with their own packaging? Is it starting to catch on a little bit?
I think people are becoming more aware of it, and I think with Bea Johnson and there's like this whole healthy lifestyle in central London actually more so as well at the moment. There's been a lot of like bloggers and like healthy foodies who've released books as well with all the kind of like dry lentils and pulses and nuts and things like that. The recipes are more available, I think, as well.
The suppliers that you work with, how have you found them and what's your relationship like with them?
I think my main thing is I only work with people that I like. I work with people who also believe in an ethical, sustainable lifestyle basically, and work with a cooperative. Then I work with a small artisan food club who kind of source producers who are quite passionate about having something that's quality and artisan. The cooperative that I work with let me send back the cardboard packaging to be reused, and then the coffee supplier that I work with also works directly with the farmers. The coffee guys let me buy like loose coffee so then customers can buy it loose, obviously.
After stocking initially like dry goods, you've kind of branched out into vegetables as well, haven't you, and doing veg box schemes?
Yeah, so I found that a lot of people were requesting fruit and veg, and I think as I got into it a bit more as well, I kind of connected with a farm that I met. So they're a biodynamic farm and they've been doing it for about 60 years. They're really passionate about what they do, and I really like their whole ethos as well.
Obviously, having this shop has probably led you to understand a little bit more about food. You've started a nutritional course.
I think I found that as I was in the shop, people who are interested in ethical, sustainable life were also interested in nutrition. And they were kept asking me like, what do you do? What do you eat? It was kind of like nice to get that reassurance from a scientific background to say, actually, yeah, these are why these products work together really well. And people really like it. When I choose products now as well, I'm like, oh, is this nutritious? You know, what things are like good for you?
You stock a lot of organic ingredients as well, which I'm totally loving. Is that a conscious decision?
I think a lot of my suppliers were organic, but I think it was like a natural evolving thing. I think when I first started the store, I knew nothing about organic. And I think the more research I did, the more I read into things, the more I talked to suppliers, the more I met new people who were in the organic world. It kind of just made sense in the end, and it was like, why have I not been doing this all this time? It is a journey for everybody. I think, you know, it was my journey in terms of the store, and I think organic is definitely a lifestyle choice, and I think everyone comes to it in their own way.
Zero waste is a big thing for me, and I try and sort of incorporate it throughout my everyday life. Do you find that you bring any of it into your home life?
Zero waste is a big part of my life. As much as my husband like finds it annoying sometimes, like my collection of glass jars everywhere. But what are you going to do with these glass jars? I'm going to fill them with something. I think I grew up with quite a zero waste lifestyle. I'm one of 5 kids. I think my mum and dad had quite a zero waste kind of ethos at home. But I just found that as I moved to cities, I kind of came away from that ethos more and more. And I think living the urban life on your own, you know, you don't have home infrastructure in place.
No, that's true.
Because you don't have the jars and you don't have the space, maybe, let's say. So I think I found myself moving away from it more and more as I became like a city person, I guess. Slowly, I've kind of changed little things, you know, it didn't happen overnight for me.
What tip would you give somebody if they wanted to be a little bit more sustainable in their everyday life?
I think in terms of food waste, I would say use your freezer. You can freeze most things, but I think as educated human beings, I think we all have to do our bit. I think it's so scary that we waste 1/3 of our food in the UK, that it goes in the bin. You know, that's just kind of wrong. And I think everyone should learn how to make soups as well, because they're perfect for using like leftover bits and bobs. We've got spare onion, spare potato, spare manky carrot that's just lying around looking a bit dodgy. And just like put it in a soup.
Yasmeen, thank you so much for letting us sit down and have a little chat. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And why not watch some more videos? I don't know why I'm pointing there, but there might be something to watch there.
Enough said.